Another short one today, another negative one, but let's get this started. Hey guys, KiraKennedy here with day 8 in my vlog every day in April challenge. And I don't even know how to describe how bad today has been so far, but it's been pretty much a nightmare. For one thing, we started PHP in coding today, and I thought JavaScript and CSS were temperamental, but my god, PHP is by far the most annoying temperamental programming language I have learned so far, which, okay, isn't saying much, but still. Needless to say, I was doing stuff the teacher was showing me, and suddenly my page just completely fell apart, like the code would break. And I couldn't figure out why. A couple times it was something as stupid as forgetting to put an underscore in a string. But then there's stuff like, I did exactly everything as the teacher said to do it, and the code just exploded. And to top all that off, week after next, the 18th, that's when our PHP assignment is due. And I am pretty sure that is going to drive me insane when it comes time to do that. And then to top all of that off, I mentioned in previous vlogs that Sunday is when me and my group are going to start filming for our final video assignment. Well, today I had to book out equipment. I've got access to a camera already, so not necessarily the camera I'm using here, because as you can see, the quality for it is kind of crap. But my friend, our producer has access to a DSLR that we're going to be using for that, and so all I needed to do was book out the audio equipment. Now, before I explain why this is such a bad thing, because it doesn't sound like it so far, but I'm getting there, I need to go on a little bit of a tangent. Now, at the school, we have 2 equipment rooms known as cages. We have the photography cage, where you can get cameras and tripods and audio recorders, depending on if you're in the radio program or not, which I'm not, so that part. So the audio recorders there aren't really important. And then there is the the lighting cage, where you can get, obviously, lighting kits, flags, slate clappers, boom poles, C-stands, microphones, and digital recorders that can be used for the other programs, like the film and television, the media foundations, and the multimedia program. Now, this cage is kind of disorganized, because by comparison, the photography cage has all their stuff pretty much organized, ready to go. They make sure that it's working before they give it to me. And on top of all that, if I have to take equipment out overnight or over the weekend, as is the case here, it doesn't have to be back till 11 a.m. the next business day. Whereas the lighting cage, they do not check equipment to make sure that it's working. That they do not, in some cases, they haven't even checked to make sure everything is in there. In one case, they didn't even sign in equipment. They don't even sign in equipment until it's too late. And on top of all of that, I'll get more into the signing in equipment later, but on top of all of that, if you're booking overnight or over the weekend, it has to be in the next business day at 8:30 in the morning. Now, let me preface that with this. Where I live is about a 40-minute bus ride, but the buses are very infrequent. Now, to get there at 8:30, I would have to take a bus at least where I live, about 6:30 in the morning. Not a problem. Used to do that all the time when I was in the radio program there. What the problem is Monday's my day off. And the earliest bus that comes back to where I live, because the bus service here is so crap, won't get to where I need to go, where I need to catch it, until 10 in the morning. So the earliest I can get there is 7:30. And assuming it doesn't take that long to get there, I'm waiting at least 2 hours to catch my bus back home. That's 2 hours of work I could be using on assignments, I could be using on sleeping or whatever. Just gone. Just me sitting on my ass, maybe playing some Pokemon, waiting for my bus. That is ridiculous. And going back to what I'd said about how they don't scan, in one case, that particular cage doesn't scan things in until the last minute. One of the last times I booked from there, I've had problems with these guys for a while now, at least since the end of last semester. So, let's go into that first. The first problem I'd had with this, they'd given me a mic, not even bothering to check that there was a mic in there. And I normally check right before I leave. Because normally you have 20 minutes to, check your equipment and let them know if something's missing or something's not working. But, for whatever reason I didn't, and I didn't realize this till I'd gotten back to the recording studio I'd booked out, which was about 15 minutes later. So when I realized this, I had to book it down there, and then I got a lecture because I didn't check, which, yeah, I can understand that, but at the same time, it's their equipment. They should have known this. Now, this gets into incident number two. Incident number two wasn't even like the very next time I used it. It was like a couple times after. I went to book out some equipment for another video project we were working on, something to promote the multimedia program at my school. And as a passing comment, while the guy behind the computer is booking out my equipment, he looks and sees, "Oh, you have a microphone booked out." I look at him like, "No, I'm not. No, I don't. I don't have a microphone booked out." He's like, "Well, it says here you have a microphone booked out." It's like, I booked out a microphone last week, but I returned it as soon as I was done. So he's like, "Whatever, we'll look into it." So I'm pissed, naturally. And so I kind of go, I do my filming, I come back, "Oh yeah, you were right, we forgot to scan it in." How disorganized are you that you don't remember to scan something in as soon as it's brought back? That was kind of like my last straw, and it's like, I dread coming in to book equipment from these guys every time now. So, I'm hoping that the equipment here is working well. Like, I had not had a chance to test it because I had to run down and book out this equipment during a 10-minute break from class, so my teacher could go get a drink of water. He doesn't come into class liquored up. But, yeah, hopefully the equipment they gave me works, because otherwise this is going to be a very long weekend, and most likely I'm probably going to have to go get another microphone if that's the case, and use my digital recorder that I used to use to record interviews from when I was in the radio program, which is not very good quality, and it's going to affect my overall mark because of it, if I have to resort to that. And if that's the case, seriously, I will never, ever use that cage ever again, because this would be strike 3, you know? The first time with the mic, whatever, I let that slide because, yeah, I should have checked. The second time, that was when I started getting angry. Third time, if they screw me on this assignment, I'm done. I'm done with using using that stupid cage, because if they can't get their crap together, I'm not even gonna bother. Sorry, that was a little, I know it doesn't seem like I was really angry, but I am trying my best not to swear, not to yell, not to even growl. But that particular cage is my rage button. Because, at best, I'm losing my day off. I'm losing 2 hours that I could be using to work on my Lego assignment, or my PHP assignment, or any other assignment I have. At worst, my bus, I could end up being fined because of their incompetence. I could end up having to pay a fee because they can't get their shit together. With all that out of the way, if you guys would like to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at KiraKennedyHNR, Tumblr at KiraKennedyHNR.tumblr.com, and of course, you can always check out my Facebook page, facebook.com/KiraKennedyReviews. And as always, if you'd like to check out any of my past work, my Let's Plays, my stream archives, even my reviews, you can do so at peanutbutterdisaster.com. So until next time, I'm Kira Kennedy. Sorry, I should say until tomorrow, I'm Kira Kennedy. And I'm really hoping that cage didn't screw me again.
Peanut butter disaster.